give us a rundown. Who is Jessica Pirece? What's going on, guys? Welcome to this week's podcast. I'm Maverick Christopher here with the lovely Jessica Viola, actually Jessica Pirece, who is recently married.
Yes.
So, Jessica, you're part of the institutional team of Mav. You do a lot of other things for Mav as well. So give us a rundown. Who is Jessica Pirece?
I am first and foremost an institutional real estate agent. So that means that the majority of my business comes from hedge funds, corporations, large investors, things of that nature. So while I can work with the individual mom and pop homeowner, my bread and butter is definitely in high volume. I can do 30 transactions in a month with no sweat off my back, which in traditional is a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot. And I'm also on institutional, and you have been definitely an inspiration for me as far as seeing the type of volume you're able to close. I know whenever we first started this, you were closing like 45 properties a month. Like, it was something ridiculous. And obviously the market's changed, and we'll go into that in greater detail later on. But what got you over to Mav? Say, you know what, Mav's the agency I want to be a part of.
I had worked for a couple of other brokerages before, a boutique brokerage and a national brokerage. And really the services that I was looking for to transition from part-time to full-time, they just weren't there.
Yeah.
So things like inside sales support, having a transaction coordinator that I didn't have to pay $400 a transaction.
Isn't that nice?
It's amazing. Leads provided to me, and not just leads from one lead sources. I'm getting Realtor.com leads, Zillow leads, Redfin leads, Boomtown leads, Facebook leads, like anywhere where Mav can support me, they do.
Yes.
On their own dime. And honestly, in full transparency, my split for traditional deals is the same as it was at the other two brokerages I was at.
Yeah.
But when I think about it in hindsight, what was I paying those other brokers for?
Yeah, exactly. You don't get a marketing department. You don't get like you said, an inside sales. We have concierge. Like, you got to hit up Allie for something and she gets it done.
Yeah.
Like, so definitely, I like the words you use, boutique brokerage versus national brokerage, because I always say just a local brokerage. I really like the word boutique brokerage. Kind of makes it sound a little bit more high class, which we are. We definitely set the standard whenever it comes to real estate transactions.
And sorry to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
I really appreciated that Mav, when I started, I met with Mackenzie, who's our VP of sales, and she was like, this is the standard that we set here. And one of the very basic things that is a principle, when you are meeting someone for the first time, you bring a Mav folder with your bio, introducing them to who you are. And it's because there are crazy statistics. It's something like 70% of people are never physically handed something by their real estate agent. And it seems so trivial, but for whatever reason in your mind,
it sticks. It absolutely sticks. And having those general conversations with these and being in the present moment is a huge thing that, Mackenzie has taught me as a new agent as well. And speaking of, if you want to get to know more about Mackenzie and our VP of sales and how she is and how she treats her agents and her clients, check the link up here at the top and reference back to her last podcast. She's an amazing mentor. She's an amazing piece to the Mav puzzle, and I know myself couldn't do it without her. And going back to the handing somebody something and everything like that, I've been on listing appointments with you. Everybody knows in the Mav community, if you got Matthew, you got Jess, or if you got Jess, you got Matthew. We kind of come as a set. And I've seen you have a lot of out-of-state clients. You have a lot of clients that you FaceTime and all that and do your video walkthroughs, and I'm very impressed when you come on, when you call your clients, and you might not be handing them something, but you give them thorough details about how the condition of the property is. It's not just a sell for you, it's a connection. It's, there's a crack here, Joe, like, we're going to have to look into this, we're going to have to figure something out. So you can definitely tell the passion behind it. And that's another thing I look up to you for, is like your detail. Yeah, you're giving them product to hold on to so they remember you, but you're also giving them a quality experience to where they're not going to find that in any other agent or any other brokerage.
Yeah, I mean, especially because so many leads, obviously, as the lead sources I mentioned, they come from online. So a lot of times, you know, if you're looking for a house, you want to move to California from New York, you're not going to fly to California every week to look at properties.
Oh, wait, we don't do that?
But I view it as I go into that house then and I am shopping as if this was for my mother, for my grandmother, for my uncle. And if I see something that I'm not sure could be something, but it could be something, as a homeowner and a real estate investor, I've seen the things. And so if I see a crack in a place that is kind of precarious, I'm definitely going to make sure that I'm bringing that to my client's attention, because there's nothing worse than selling someone a home and having them call you a month later and saying, what did you do? I absolutely regret this.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, to add on top of that, we can talk about a transaction or a listing appointment that you're going to go into in the next couple of days about how this client, you've never met this client, like physically never met this client. And give us a little bit more details on that.
Yeah, so they came through one of my lead sources last year. They had actually already toured the property, or had their son tour the property, and they were looking for someone that they trusted to do the negotiations. And they came across my profile, and we actually did a 15-day cash close. They were moving from Mississippi down here into Hillsborough County. So, you know, time passes. You don't save everybody's contact information all the time. You get a new phone, you lose your phone. Things always happen. But these people went online and found me again and messaged me through my Google profile. Even though we have never met in person, we've only spoken 2 or 3 times since they closed last summer. But they called me and said, hey, what is your process? How can we get you here so that way you can list our home, because we decided that Florida's not for us and we're ready to go back home.
So yeah, that's like, that right there shows exactly the value not only you bring to your clients, but also the value Mav brings to his agents. And one key point I would love to focus on is that Google profile. You know, a lot of agents, they don't have the initiative or the want to keep up with their social medias. Yeah, it's becoming more of a thing now, and you have these celebrity agents and all that, but they don't keep up with their Google profile or their websites, and it's very hard to track somebody down. Luckily, you have a very unique last name. It's not common like Christopher. So, you know, it's great that you keep your profiles updated and you maintain social media, and which is another cool thing about Jess is she's always active on social media, and you're always bringing not only real estate value to your clients, but also personal growth value, which is another thing I would like to segue into is, so what would you be doing outside of real estate?
One of the things I am segueing into right now is offering coaching services. And it's not because I feel like I am superior to anybody or anything, but I do know that I have a host of life experiences that some other people may not have had. And I have been afforded the luxury to actually work one-on-one with very high-level coaches myself. And I've seen the value that it can provide in the way that it can change someone's life. And I do feel like the skills that I learn in learning how to be a coach and being coached myself has actually helped me provide even higher level service to people, because I'm learning that, you know, someone's response is not always necessarily the true response. They could be responding to me because they're triggered by something. And a lot of times real estate transactions are the biggest financial transaction of somebody's life. And number one reason why marriages fall apart is money. Number one reason why people fight in general is money. And so really learning the skills to be delicate around that have really, I think, made my business what it is.
So you're a coach, you're a real estate agent, or anything else that you do besides being an awesome wife to your husband?
Also a construction manager and project manager.
She does a little bit of everything, you guys. All right, so since I don't have my computer in front of me and I completely forgot what my quick fire question was going to be, what is your motto for 2023?
Expanding would definitely be my word. Our institutional team, me, Matthew, and Tabitha, we've done over $45 million in volume this year.
Cash deals, you guys.
Yep, all cash. And we really just want to see how far we can push the envelope in 2023.
Exactly.
Can we make it to 60 or 80 or 100 million?
I'm shooting for 100.
Yeah.
Like, this market's crazy right now, and if we don't have expectations and set that bar a little bit higher than we're comfortable with, we won't ever achieve it. So I like the word expansion.
Yeah.
So awesome. Well, I appreciate it, you guys. Thanks for checking us out. Be sure to check out our reasons why you should take a cash offer. We'll catch you next time.